Valuing accounts receivable can be a difficult process, especially when it's uncollected. There is a method called the allowance method that helps us estimate bad debt and record it in the period in which it actually occurs. So the allowance method again helps us estimate bad debt. It's not an exact figure, but an estimate. That's important because we don't want to record actual bad debt, meaning we're not going to get paid, in a period later down the line. It doesn't accurately reflect our financial statements. So we want to record it as soon as possible. So the allowance method allows us to do that. It records it in the period in which it happened. Now it is an estimate, which means it's not as accurate as a direct write-off method, but it allows us to record it in a period rather than waiting, which is more beneficial for our financial statements. When you see it recorded, bad debt expense is debited, and in this case for $1,000, which means it's increasing. We have bad debt we're not going to collect. And our allowance for doubtful accounts account is credited. Okay? The allowance for doubtful accounts is an account where we are making the estimation. Once we actually know how much we're having to write off each period, it gets recorded under bad debt expense. The allowance for doubtful accounts account is considered a contra asset account. So it reduces our assets and acts opposite to how an asset account would be recorded. Okay? Once we figure out who exactly didn't pay, so where the bad debt came from, we then can assign it to a specific accounts receivable account. But until we know, we have to use the allowance method.